I mean, this is just one section, and this is nothing like what some of the areas look like in Comfort and Hunt, where it literally has been described to me as if a bomb went off. That's what one local resident said. And in fact, I was talking to a resident yesterday. Her name is Kelsey Cravey. She was describing to me an incredible rescue that happened on the morning of July 4th in the dark hours of the night when those floodwaters came through. And it was thanks to the kindness of perfect strangers that her mom and stepfather are alive today. Take a listen.
So she put her feet down, and that's when she stepped into the water and was like, why is there water on the floor? Like, what's going on? And then just instantly to their knees, to their waist. And that's when they started panicking. And so he took the shower curtain rod down, and they started trying to poke a hole into the roof. And when they realized that they didn't have enough strength or the pull, they opened the window and started shining flashlights outside of the window, just screaming, hollering, and finally they heard a semi-truck honking the horn, and that's when they started screaming even louder, "Hey, we're home, we're in here, we're in the home, we're in the home." And two men said, "Okay, we'll get you out."
And they did get them out. Take a look at this picture. This is the exact moment that Kelsey's mom and stepfather were rescued by three men from their mobile home. The men were complete strangers. They do not know their names, but all they did was see a need, and they didn't look away.
I would like to thank them too, or if I could find out who they are and say thank you, and just, they mean the world to me.
I mean, think about that, the perspective. I mean, you have some men saving your family, and you're not even able to say thank you because you don't know who they are. You don't even know where they were from. They may not even be locals to this area. But the fact of the matter is, they were courageous. They wanted to help, and they did help. They likely saved her mother and stepfather's life. Again, it's just one of the many, many stories of heroism that we're seeing out here in Kerrville.
Right, Madison, we're hoping by sharing this story that hopefully those three Good Samaritans can come forward and say, hey, that was me. But just thinking back to the panic and the anxiety that couple was feeling, not even knowing if those were going to be their last moments, and holding on to each other so tightly, and then getting that hope. I imagine that those three good men probably felt like angels that had come. What a miracle.
A complete miracle. And the story gets even crazier because what they didn't realize at the time, you're going to see some pictures of the damage of that mobile home, but while they were in the bathroom, their mobile home was actually floating down the Guadalupe River. It was no longer on its concrete slab. It had been wiped away in the initial floodwater, and it's a moment that Kelsey tells me takes her breath away.
She said the water started going down, so she thought it was over with, but that's truly when it lifted off the pad and started floating. And so whenever they got out, that's when she was like, oh, I don't even recognize any of these other homes. Where am I?
And Kelsey's story, just one of the hundreds of stories of rescues that we know have happened along this stretch of the Guadalupe on the morning of July 4th. Again, so many of these rescues happening in the darkest hours of the morning because, again, that flood happened right around 3 o'clock. That's when the water started rising, and that's when everyone started trying to escape what was just immediately rising water. We've heard that the water got as high as 26 feet in some areas. To put that in perspective, that is a 2-story building. So you think about how high a mobile home is and how easily swept away it was in the floodwaters. I mean, Carmen, it's just one example of strangers turning compassion into action, and it's incredible to see it. It's positivity like that that keeps this town and this community going.
That's right. That's proof that you can actually happen to be at the right place at the right time, and that's certainly what those three Good Samaritans were doing. Madison, thank you so much. We appreciate that.